Next up on Fed Jumper Gaming. So we're going to talk about Rick and Morty Season 9 Episode 1. Evil Morty is back. I actually am recording this video for the second time because I made a rookie mistake of not having my microphone on, and I usually catch those mistakes pretty quickly, but I actually spoke to myself for 10 minutes, people. Isn't that fucking pathetic? So let's get to the video, guys. What did I say in the last video? I don't actually even remember. My brain is so fried. Okay, so Evil Morty is back, and this episode was crazy. I need to rewatch it because I wasn't paying attention. But long story short, Evil Morty's trying to now mess with Morty because Morty's jealous that Grandpa Rick wants to do whatever Grandpa Rick got going on. And this episode made me realize how human and weak and fragile Morty really is. And I can't believe that Morty just goes around the universe with this, half, and at this point, I don't even understand if Rick is even human anymore, because after seeing him, fly and shoot lasers out of his eyes, I was like, what is that? Like, what do you even call that? You know what I mean? So, but apparently that's the future, right? It's like, isn't all sci-fi related concepts technically a part of some type of future, right? Bro, I feel like I'm a woman going through menopause. A minute ago, I was hot and now I'm freezing. Like, I don't get it. Clearly something is wrong with me. So, anyways, people, as I was saying, Rick and Morty Season 9, where were we? We were talking about how crazy this episode was getting. I need to rewatch this episode. I wasn't really paying attention, but the one thing I did notice was how crazy this episode was, how combat heavy this episode was, and I think it's very interesting that somebody could even make Rick nervous after all this period of time. It's like you would imagine that somebody as powerful as Rick doesn't get nervous, but hey man, anything could happen. The one thing that's bothering me is that if this is season 9, the latest season, and this is the latest episode, and this is the first episode of the entire new season, what on earth could they possibly have planned for the rest of the season? Because it can't get any crazier than this. It's like, how do you even get crazier than this? It's like, god damn. So I have a strong feeling that things are only going to get crazier and crazier and crazier. Also, I'm actually glad that artificial intelligence is getting better, because maybe we'll actually get TV shows faster. And I actually don't mind if they use a little bit of AI to dump out some videos faster. I'm like, hey man, if we can get more seasons of TV shows, I really don't give a shit. It's like, oh my god. I mean, technically, working 12 months just to release 12 episodes on Netflix makes me feel like, why not you just use 12 different AI models until you give us 12 seasons and then we can all binge watch that for 12 months. That would be a better TV model in my opinion, instead of waiting a whole year just to get one season on Netflix of something. Because every time you see a Netflix seasonal drop, you're basically, that took like a whole year to occur, right? I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but the point is, Rick and Morty, people, it's back. I'll be completely honest with you, I'm a Solar Opposites guy. There's a show called Solar Opposites, and I think it's made by the people who created Rick and Morty. A lot of people don't know about Solar Opposites or care about it, but it's on Hulu, and it is one of my favorite cartoons of all time. Now, the reason why I like Solar Opposites better than Rick and Morty is because Rick and Morty seems to be a very simple show in my opinion. Just two guys traveling the universe going crazy. While Solar Opposites, it literally doesn't even make any sense. It's like a bunch of aliens come to Earth, and then now they're just basically hanging out on Earth, getting into all types of weird alien shenanigans. And I think watching aliens do a bunch of human things is more interesting than humans doing alien things, if that makes any sense. So, I'm the type of guy that would rather watch a bunch of aliens pretend to be humans, because that's funny and weird, right? Because if Rick and Morty get a cat, they're just going to feed the cat and the episode's going to move on to something else. While in Solar Opposites, if they got a cat, the entire episode would be them trying to understand what the cat is and what the cat is doing and what the cat eats and and why the cat is doing that, and they're going to be like, oh my god, the cat's missing, guys, what happened? And then you're going to have a bunch of aliens searching the neighborhood for the lost cat, and then the cat is literally going to be like running, it's going to be a crazy episode. But Rick and Morty wouldn't have an episode about learning about cats because that would be stupid. Okay? That's why Solar Opposites is better, because they can literally make a whole episode about anything. Think about it. When you're an alien coming to Earth, anything is a topic, anything is a discussion. That's why I think shows like Invader Zim, I don't understand why, shows like Pokemon can go on for 26 seasons and basically damn near 30 years on TV, but then shows like Invader Zim, right, that has a concept that could keep going for years and decades, just doesn't. Really makes you think, huh? Anyways, Rick and Morty Season 9, Episode 1 was pretty crazy. I did not see this coming. And if this is the very first episode of the season, then it's going to be very clear that things are just going to get more and more out of control. But, I was watching this earlier and I was just thinking to myself, I just don't understand how Morty has survived all this time. Also, what is even the point of building a bunker world if somebody can just show up and destroy one of the homes in bunker world? But Rick clearly has fun with all these crazy shenanigans. And can you believe it's been 9 seasons of this shit? 9 seasons, people. And I highly doubt that every season, but the thing is that every season must have at least one important episode, right? And that's the thing, is that I need to watch those serious episodes of Rick and Morty so I can remember the entire story. Now, this right here is a key moment in Rick and Morty. I feel like I've watched Rick and Morty enough to know when I see a moment that may come back to haunt the boy. Now we have photos. We have a screenshot of evil Morty being arrested, and I have a strong feeling that this could be a reason for him to get revenge later on, right? And in a later episode. So it's moments like this in Rick and Morty that are important, because if you don't pay attention to stuff like this, and then like literally like 8 months from now on the 7th finale, when evil Morty's trying to kill Rick, we're all gonna be like, what the heck, what's going on? It's like, well, maybe it's because he got arrested. Remember, he got arrested. So anyways, people, with that being said, please like and subscribe. I am going to be working on a Pokemon Rick and Morty hacked room, because I can do whatever I want. With that being said, I'm exhausted. I'm going to sleep. I love you all. Please like, subscribe. I'll do more videos like this if you please like and subscribe.